Okay, yesterday somebody requested an Inca silver, so let me just show you something first. That was regular silver, the same silver we use on, like candy tangerine, stuff like that. And that's Inca silver there. You see it's a little darker. It's actually a little bit greener. It's kind of hard to tell because I'm spraying it on paper right there, but I just wanted to show you that. So anyway, yeah, yesterday somebody said, hey, I had an Inca silver strat once upon a time. Can you spray an Inca silver strat? And I just coincidentally knew I had one coming up today, and so here it is. That doesn't always work out that way. But this is going to be a urethane top coat. This is Inca, which is not urethane. This is lacquer, and it's going to get a urethane top coat, which you can do. You can put urethane over lacquer. You just got to let it dry thoroughly for at least a day. And it also has a urethane undercoat, and so when you put lacquer, well, probably any paint really, on a sanded smooth urethane undercoat, boy, it wants to run. So you got to be really careful when you put that color on. It probably doesn't look like it, but I'm being very careful and deliberate about spraying this Inca silver on here so I don't create a run. I'm spraying it lighter than I normally would, and just really watching it as I go so that I don't create any heavy spots or runs. So in times like this, I'm spraying air. I think I'm spraying air on it just to help flash it off. I'll put a coat, spray it a little bit farther away each time to kind of get it even it up on the metallic, and then sometimes I'll just spray air on it right here. I'm just inspecting it. I don't like doing voiceovers after the fact because I never know what I was actually thinking when I was doing it. I think I found some contamination. See how I'm spraying air? Yeah, I'm testing to see if it's dry enough to sand, and it is. This is 600 sandpaper, but I'm blowing air the same time I'm sanding it, just to very lightly touched it with that sandpaper. Very small little contamination. And I work that out. So it's easy to paint right over those 600 sand scratches. Plus, I didn't really lay on it, just barely wiped it. A couple more here. This thing had a few little specks like that. I just kind of sand them out. Blow off the excess dirt I just created. Blow some air on it. With metallic colors, you can't put it on too wet, or it gets that weird, uneven, modelly look. So you kind of got to build it up. More little problems here on the back side. Just sand them out really lightly. Try not to dig into the fresh paint. It's light enough to sand the top surface lightly like this, but if you apply too much pressure, yeah, you'll dig in, screw the paint job up. You really have to let it sit and dry for hours before you can really fix that problem. But if there's just little contaminants on the surface, yeah, you can just kind of wipe them off with the sandpaper like this. My tack rag, I've only had this tack rag for 4 months, so it's still good. Load off. Cover up those sanding scratches. A little air. Inca silver. When you look at it like this, it doesn't look like it. It looks like a bright silver, but if it was, I didn't have a regular silver guitar I painted that we could compare, but yeah, it is. It's just a little darker than the normal silver we would use. Some people have suggested that Inca silver was what was used under candy apple red or candy tangerine, but I don't think that was really the case. So anyway, there it is, Inca silver.